Hello everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another cross-stitching video. In this video, I am going to be showing you my previous finishes for fall and Halloween, which I don't have a ton of finishes for fall and Halloween. It's not my favorite season. My favorite season is like winter Christmas. So next season, I will show you those things. And then I'm also going to show you my current fall slash Halloween whips, which also there's not that many. And then I'm also going to go over patterns that I already own and possibly have fabric for that are going to be possible new starts for next year once I get a couple of things finished. And I'm also going to talk about a couple of knit crochet things that I would like to knit sometime before next Halloween because I would like to wear them next year for Halloween. So I will start off with my finishes. I have a notebook somewhere where I wrote down all the information about the finishes. So my first fall finish is Stardew Valley Autumn, which this was by Glitch Stitch AU. I love Stardew Valley and they have a full every season of these charts. I also have winter done and I actually have it up there. I keep it up all year, which I also keep this one up all year. I also have the spring and summer one from Glitch Stitch AU, but I have not finished them. I haven't even started those ones yet, so I need to start them eventually. Also, I will say that Glitch Stitch AU just announced on their Instagram that they reworked the patterns and got rid of some of the confetti stitches where there was like one stitch of a color. They like kind of cleaned them up, and so if you are interested in them, they are on their Etsy shop, and they also sell a bundle where you get all of the seasons. So here is fall, and I stitched this on a 28 count 2/1 half cross. And I just found this frame off of like Amazon, and I think what I'm going to do is each season will be a different color frame. So I did like a gold for fall, winter has blue. I think for summer I was thinking about doing like a yellow or something because the summer one is like a sandy beach or something, and then yellow for the sun of summer. I don't know. And then I was thinking about for spring maybe doing like a pink because I think they had a pink frame. So I have this as a finish, and normally it's hanging up on the wall over here, so you might see it in my videos. The next one that I will show is one that I almost forgot about because it's also just hanging up every day. It is technically like a Halloween piece, but I just like it, and it is my Nightmare Before Christmas, and this one was from Home Decor Cross Stitch on Etsy, and I ended up cropping it, so I will show you my version, and then I will also insert the picture of what it's supposed to look like because it's supposed to go down longer, but I really liked the idea of just having it be a circle. And this one is stitched on a 22 count fabric. I think I did 2/1 full cross, so it was kind of bulky stitching it, which was kind of annoying. And this was a fabric that I had just dyed myself, and I just found the frame on Amazon. I threw it in there. None of my framing is like professional or close. Like I literally just threw the piece in there. I don't think I even laced it or anything like that, just because at least it's in a frame, because you'll see my next two pieces I have to show I finished last year. They're still not framed, which is sad. So first I will show Tonight We Ride, which is by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I finished this I think last year in 2024, and I have not framed it, which is sad. I think for this one I might just do a canvas where you buy just like the canvas that's already like stretched at Michael's, and then you just staple the fabric to the back. And I've done that for a few Christmas pieces and it works, and it's easy to store in between seasons because it's just a little canvas that you don't have to worry about like anything breaking or anything. So this is Tonight We Ride. I love this piece a lot. I think the fabric I used was called This Is Halloween by Witch's Garden Crafts. I think it was an 18 count or 16 count, one of those two. And I did it 2/1 full cross, and I love this piece, which is making me realize I really need to have this framed by next Halloween. So fingers crossed by next Halloween I can actually have this like up on the wall, and then I can change the background behind me because right now it just stays the same mostly, but I need to get some of my pieces framed so they can be hung up. The last one I have to show is Festive Frosted Pumpkin Cottage by Witchy Stitcher, and I don't even remember the name of this fabric, so I will write it down. I got this fabric from a cross stitching store in Colorado when I went to the Colorado Stitching Retreat, and I think the fabric name is Deep Sea, but I don't remember who it's by. And I love this fabric. I love the pattern, everything about it. Like, there's the little pumpkin snowman, which I still love so much. There's the little ghosties, and there's just so much details, even though the chart itself isn't huge, and you get like little owls. There was bats hanging off of the tree, and it's adorable. I love everything about this. And I also need to get this one framed. And this one, if I frame it, I can put it up for Christmas because it's festive. It's a Christmas haunted house, you know? And so I think I'll keep this one out and then try and get this framed, and hopefully you'll see it up here as we go into the holiday season, because I am ready to decorate for Christmas, which you'll probably be seeing soon. As soon as Halloween's over, I'm going full on into Christmas. Anyways, moving on. Next I'll talk about my 2 whips that I have that are fall Halloween themed. They're basically both fall. I don't have any other Halloween pieces that are currently being worked on. I finished both of them last year, which the only 2 like Halloween pieces I had were these 2. Like I mentioned, Halloween is not my favorite season. I don't really decorate that much. The only thing I have for decorations is like that little Halloween tree, and that's it. And so yeah, I really need to try and do more stuff for Halloween. So I do have other charts that I will show later that I would like to start one of them next year, possibly, once I get a couple more things finished. So first fall chart that I have going is Autumn Harmony, artwork by Maxine Gadd, charted by Maxine Gadd. I plan on getting her finished hopefully by the end of this year. I am still plugging away on her, so this is going to be like a sneak peek before my next like official update video comes out. I have been working on this side of her, so I think the last time you saw it, like her ear was partially done, but it wasn't fully done. Her ear is now fully done. I have worked down and done some of like the leaves because the leaves are easy to stitch on. And yeah, so I'm just trying to get her finished. And I love the colors of this. Like the thing I love about fall is the colors. And so there are some times where I'll see like fall cross-stitch charts, but they're just charted as like grays and darker tones. And I'm like, give me the oranges and the reds. Like that's the colors I love for fall. So I love this piece. Can't wait to have her finished. And I do need to get her framed. If she gets finished, she must be framed, because I cannot just put her in my little bag that I have of finished projects, which I think I've been wanting to do a video of just all of my cross stitch finishes, but I think this way will be easier, where I do kind of like seasonal videos, like these are my like Christmas pieces, because I think next season I will be doing winter and Christmas finishes and just do it that way and break it up, because some of the pieces I don't even remember who the designer is, so I'm going to have to go and look up all the information for some of them, because like one of them was from a cross stitch magazine and I stitched it in like 2015 and I don't remember anything about that chart. I don't remember the name of it, I don't remember the designer, nothing. So I need to do some research and figure out what I did. Anyways, the next current project that I have is from Artisy, and it is the chart Walking in the Rain. I am stitching the large cropped version, and I also love this piece because of the colors. So like I said, there's a lot of times where I'll see Halloween-y pieces and they're more of like kind of like darker tones, grays and like muted colors, and I'm like, no, I want the bright fall colors. Like here there are some trees that are turning, like the leaves are going like pinky red. I love those colors. I don't know if the lights just flickered. Was it just me? We have a wind advisory for today. Fingers crossed I don't lose power. So this is also my other fall whip, and that's all I have for fall winter whips. This is on 28 count 2/1 half cross. Once I finish Autumn Harmony, I really need to like dig into this one, and then I think next year I need to figure out my plans for next year, but it would be nice to try and work on whips seasonally. So I might not have like one piece that I'm working on trying to get finished. I might do like in the fall work on Walking in the Rain, in the winter work on my fall pieces, because I think I have 4 Christmassy winter whips currently. I think I need to check my numbers on that. Anyways, so you've seen my finishes. You have seen my current whips, which two, for fall and Halloween stitching. Next, I will talk about the things that I have, because as a cross stitcher, as a crafter, we love to plan ahead. We love to purchase things that we can't actually start right away because we already have, I have how many whips? 30 whips. I can't start these yet, but one day I will. I already mentioned too that I would like to start one of these next year. I finished Little Gamer this year, and then I have plans of finishing a couple things, hopefully at the beginning of next year, that are small charts, and then I can start something else. So I could potentially start this one, which I'm going to take it out of the paper so it's not super loud. This is Halloween Quaker by Leela's Studio. This is one my sister stitched it, and then she gave me the paper chart after she was done, so I am excited to stitch this eventually. I think it is adorable, and I actually already have fabric that I purchased last year or the year before, I think. So it would be great to get to actually stitch the things that I have purchased. The fabric I have, sorry, it's a bit loud. This is fabric from Witch's Garden Crafts. I really love their fabric. They are on Etsy, and this is the fabric called Deadly Blooms. It's an 18 count, and I love that it's like the purpley greens and all that. Like, I love those, colors for Halloween. I am a purple fan. I love all things purple, so I cannot wait to eventually start Halloween Quaker. I also need to decide if I want to do the fancy floss. I think it uses Classic Colorworks, or they have DMC. So I need to decide what I want to do for that, because I don't very often get to use fancy floss because I stitch a lot of full coverage. So we will see. And the other chart that I have that is Halloween-y, that I have physical, because I have a lot of digital ones, which I will also talk about, but physical copies. I have this chart from Praiseworthy Stitches. It's called Esmeralda's Academy of Charms, and I love this. It's got like all sorts of little like pumpkins and spooky things. The moon is smiling. There are cats flying around on brooms. It's a great time. And I'm looking forward to this. This one kind of is intimidating though, because it uses a lot of things. Let's just put it that way. So it uses, I think you need beads. It also has just another button companies. You need spiders and tombstones and bats, and you also use Krennic blending filament. So it uses a lot of stuff. I haven't purchased any of those materials yet, so if I did decide to stitch this next year, I would need to do a lot of looking into getting all of the other things that it needs. And the fabric I have for this is from, this was I think I had placed an order from the sewingshop.ca, and then I think she had a thing going on where if you ordered a certain amount of fabric or something, you would get fabric. And so this was a piece that I received that was like a mystery fabric, and it is called Shibori Soundwave. It's a 28 count linen, and it's this nice greeny color, and I thought that would work well for this house. So I do need to see if I'll need to change any of the colors. Like, there's some greeny colors on the roof I might need to change, and something just fell. But otherwise, I think it will work well, and so I would also like to get this one started eventually. So those are the physical charts. Everything else is digital, which means I need my tablet, because I have a section of my gallery that is charts that I own, and so I'm going to go look in there and see what I have that is in like the fall category. So charts that I have not started yet. So the first chart that I am seeing that is fall winter is this one here, which is from Flossie Fox Shop. It is called Cozy Pumpkin Fox. I got this from their Patreon. I think you can also find this chart on their Etsy shop. And I love this one. It's also pretty small, so I don't think it would take that long to do. And I love that you get like quite a bit of details in a small little non-full coverage chart. So this one's adorable. I would like to start it, and I probably have a piece of fabric that would work for this because I have a lot of like smaller, like scrappy pieces of fabric and stuff. So this is a contender of something to start next year, possibly because he's adorable. Look at him. He's reading a book. I love reading books. So I have that one. The next one, I have two more from Witchy Stitcher because I got 3 at the time. I also got a chart called Vintage Pumpkin Witch. I have fabric for this somewhere actually. I'm just remembering now that I had fabric picked out for the 2 Witchy Stitcher charts that I haven't started yet, but I don't know what I did with it. That is the downside of when you don't start things right away, is you misplace the things that you purchased for these specific things or whatever. Anyway, so I have Vintage Pumpkin Witch, Halloween Greetings, and this one is also a tiny little one, so it wouldn't take me that long to stitch when I decide to start it, and it is adorable. I love the colors. I need more Halloween things finished because, like I said, I don't have a ton for Halloween. I also got the chart PSL, Pumpkin Spice Latte Zombies, and I loved this chart so much because everyone knows, like, as soon as we get to like the end of summer, people are like, pumpkin spice. When's the pumpkin spice coming? I don't actually really like pumpkin spice lattes, and so I'm just along for the ride. I'm here for the vibes. If you love pumpkin spice, that's great. I just think it's funny when it's just like such a big deal. Why can we not just drink pumpkin spice all year long if you like it anyways? I don't understand why it's turned into like this seasonal beverage, but people want it all year, if we're being honest, it sounds like. So there is Pumpkin Spice Latte Zombie. I also have fabric for that. I think I have like a purpley fabric for that one, and I don't recall where I placed it, which is sad. Then the next chart we have is a full coverage, but it has like a half stitch background, so it wouldn't take as long to stitch theoretically. It's called Autumn Girl. I don't remember who the designer is, so I will try and include it on the screen. And this one was a chart from Etsy, and I loved this one because the colors. I told you I love reds. I especially love like red hair. I used to dye my hair red and like oranges and stuff like that. Love red hair, love all of it. And it looks like she's reading a book, which also love reading books. So I think that is it for the charts that I own that are Halloween fall themed. There are a couple that I want to purchase. I won't talk about those now because I don't want to try and like encourage myself to purchase them. But yeah, I think the things that I'm leaning more towards starting though next year is one of these two, and I think I'm almost leaning towards the Halloween Quaker just because it would be easier to start because it doesn't have all the beads and stuff. Okay, I just realized that I missed 2 charts that I have that I own and I have fabric for that are possible new starts. Because I just realized that my tablet did not have all the photos that my phone has. So I looked on my phone and found them, and I have a chart from Witch's Garden Crafts on Etsy, and it's called Salem 1692 Halloween Quaker Sampler, and I think that this one was a very fun sampler. And I have this fabric here that I dyed. I think I dyed it with like snow or something. I was just trying some things out, and I think this would work for the chart because the chart it shows it on the Instagram, or not Instagram, but on Etsy with a dark fabric, and so I think this would work. And I don't want to do something too dark because I don't like stitching on super dark fabric. So I have this with the fabric, so that's another like more of like a closer to being fully kitted up. Plus I think this just uses DMC, which I already have. And the other piece that I have fabric for says Live Craft, Laugh Craft, Love Craft. So it's a take on the live, laugh, love signs, but make it, you know, HP Lovecraft. And I got this chart from Etsy. I don't remember the shop name, so I'll try and include it. And I have this piece of fabric here that is from theSewingShop.ca. I got their it was the Christmas box where you got like little ornament sized pieces of fabric, and it came with this one, and I think this would work perfect for the Lovecraft with like the colors that are used, how it's blacks, but then it's got some like neon-y looking greens and some dark reds. I think this would be great. It has like drippies and stuff, so I think this would be perfect. And there's also a piece of fabric I don't have a pattern for yet, but there's this little piece of fabric that was also from theSewingShop.ca, and this would make a cute little Halloween ornament because like look at the colors. That is a perfect color with like the splattery lookings for a Halloween chart. So I need to find something like a little small Halloween chart that would fit on here. When I ordered the box from the sewing shop, I'm pretty sure I did the Aida option, so I think everything in my box was like a 14 to 20 count, I think. And so I don't know exactly what count this is, but it is an Aida, I do know that. And so yeah, that is all of the cross stitch stuff that I have. Possibly would like to do something next year Halloween related, because I don't have any actual Halloween charts right now. In terms of knitting and crochet, I have two things that I would eventually like to make before next year on Halloween, because on Halloween I like to kind of just throw on some of my clothes and try and make something that looks somewhat witchy with what I have. So like I have like, you know, some like longer, wider skirts. I made a like, I can't remember what it was called. I think the pattern, because I sewed it. I actually sewed one item when I have a sewing machine. I just never use it. I sewed, I can't remember what the pattern was called. It was a McCall's pattern, I think. And it is for like a corset-y thing, but it doesn't have any boning or anything. And so I will throw that on, and then I'll throw on like a little blouse, and I go for kind of like a mishmash of witchy, pirate, hobbity, whatever people think I am is fine. I also have a cape that I'll throw on. And so to add to it, I would like to make it somewhat more witchy. And so I would like a witch hat, and I know I could just buy one, but I would rather make one where I know like the material that's being used, and I don't want just like a cheap costume one. I would rather get some material that I know what the material is, like some yarn that I know what it is, and make one. So I would like to, I think it would be crochet, because I've looked at patterns for witch hats and they're generally crochet. So I would like to make a hat, and then also I would like to make some fun socks that would like peek out from the bottom of my skirt. And then I have some heels that are like kind of like a boot heel thing that will give it like more of a witchy vibe. And I would like to make some like black and white striped socks, and I found a pattern called Broom Riders from Tiny Owl Knits, and they look like they would be very fun socks. They go up quite a bit higher than regular socks, which I do want because then you get more warmth, but they would also take longer to make. So I need to remember like in the spring, summer next year to start looking into getting the yarn and like finding my witch hat pattern and start doing that stuff. And yeah, and I would rather make this stuff than, like I said, I don't want to just buy like things that will just be more of like a costume piece that are going to fall apart in 1 year, because I'll just reuse the pieces and every year I'll just be the same thing. It's fine. No one will know. Anyways, so that is all that I have right now for my fall, I keep wanting to say fall Halloween pieces. Like I mentioned, it's not my favorite season. Next year I'm going to show off my Christmas and winter things, and I have more finishes, more whips. I don't think I have that many patterns that I haven't started for that season though, because I like to start the things for that season because I love it. I also, at the end of the month, because it's October still, I'm going to be doing like a recap of my stitching for Autumn Harmony and Drinks on the Beach, of how much have I gotten done in the month since I've been working on them, how much do I still need to do, all of that. So if you would like to see that, then don't forget to subscribe, and thank you everyone for watching, liking, and commenting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!